Greetings, gentlemen. My name is Sam Guzman. You may know me as the founder and editor of the Catholic Gentleman blog, the author of the book, The Catholic Gentleman, Living Authentic Manhood Today, and the host of the Catholic Gentleman podcast. And I'm joined today by my co-host, John Heinen. Welcome, John.
Hey, thanks, Sam. I'm John Heinen, incredibly blessed to be here to co-host with Sam. I've been a long-time admirer of the Catholic Gentleman, probably since its inception. Sam and I are friends and both devoted to helping men grow in holiness and grow in masculinity. So a little bit about me, just to start out. I am married, living in Texas, and I've got 9 kids, 5 with me, 4 already entrusted to the infinite love and mercy of God, and just really looking forward to all of this.
Well, thanks so much, John. And we are here to tell you today about some exciting new changes coming to the Catholic Gentleman podcast and website, but we'll start with the podcast. The podcast has been completely reimagined. As you know, I've been doing podcast episodes on and off now, mostly in an interview format. But we've kind of gone back to the drawing board and started from scratch and reimagined the Catholic Gentleman podcast. And we're now going to be having, as you can see, a video component as well as an audio component. It will still be on all your favorite podcast platforms. But we're also going to be on YouTube. We're going to have a video element as well. So I'm really excited about that. We're also going to have a new format to this show. So it's not going to just be me interviewing a guest. Sometimes we will definitely have interviews, but there's going to be more segments, which we'll explain a little bit more about in a little bit. But there will be segments that are very clear and well-defined. There'll be a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. I just want to have John explain a little bit about the kind of the vision going forward. Why did we do this? Why did we redesign the Catholic Gentleman podcast? Why are we relaunching it? So, John, if you could just tell us a little bit about the vision here.
Yeah, so we understand that getting things into a video format is incredibly important nowadays, and we want to be there. We want to be there to meet men where they're at. And men are all over the digital space, as we know, with incredibly successful Facebook page and Instagram account and website. And so putting it into a video format is really ideal. As far as the vision is concerned, just to add a little bit more to what Sam has already stated, is that we are going to really touch on topics that are important and necessary for men here in the world to grow in authentic manhood and grow in holiness, right? As the motto that Sam grabbed just 7 years ago, be a man, be a saint. We really want to envision the podcast in that format. And so it's going to be educational. It's going to be practical. We want to give you tips and tools on how to better engage and how to better practice and live out your life in holiness, but also in masculinity. So when we jump right into the format of the show, some things that you'll notice as we go through these episodes is we're going to have a section right at the beginning called the handshake. That's going to focus on virtues. It's going to focus on just little tidbits and things like that we should all be practicing on a day-to-day basis. And then we're going to go into the show, be it an interview, be it a topic like using your cell phone, like St. Joseph, like being a dad, all of these possibilities here. And then we are always going to end the episode with what we're calling a nightcap. And we know that's just a little clever play on being gentlemen as we're trying to be and as we all pray for each other that we might grow in that. And so in the nightcap, we're going to talk about one cool masculine thing that either Sam or I or both of us really enjoy and really love, and impart a little thoughts there to you.
And then we also are going to not abandon the interview format. We're going to have some interviews with Catholics who are really at the top of their field. That sometimes that may involve people who've written a Catholic book that's of note, but other times that might be someone who's a Catholic artist or a Catholic chef or a Catholic mechanic, people who are involved in all fields and all walks of life, because really the Catholic faith should inform everything that we do, wherever we happen to be, whatever our calling, our vocation may be in life. So we're not going to just limit these interviews to religious topics. They're really going to be topics that are across the spectrum and that we think you'll find fascinating and also educational.
Yeah. And if I could, we want to hear from you guys too. We want to know your suggestions. We also want to know individuals who are Catholic, engaging, but maybe a computer science, or maybe an auto mechanic like Sam just stated, or a barber, or things of that nature. We really want to get into the lives of gentlemen and then learn from them some very basics that we can all learn to appreciate and enjoy in our own personal lives. And so if you want to give us those suggestions, which we love to have them, go over to catholicgentleman.com/podcast, and you're going to see a spot right there where you can either give us episode suggestions, or you can actually give us friends. Hey, I know this guy, he's a barber. I know this guy, he's a chef. He's a great Catholic man. He'd make a great interview. That's the type of guys that we're looking for.
We also have big plans for the Catholic Gentleman website that you've all been familiar with for the past 7 years. We're going to be redesigning that. You still have access to all the same content and lots of new content as well. And we'll be adding a well-designed store. John, could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sam and I have had hours and hours of conversation about what it is that Catholic gentlemen are looking for within the store. And so we're going to start with a handful of items that have been requested and that we actually have in inventory. And then we're actually going to be adding items each and every month throughout this calendar year. So be checking in on the website, also checking in on the different social media pages like Facebook and Instagram, because we're going to be announcing the different store items each month as we go through. So really excited about that. Honestly, there are things that you guys have been asking us for. I'd love if I had a Catholic gentleman X, Y, or Z. We're going to be working to put those on the store for you.
And one of the things that's been frequently requested is posters. And as many of you should know by now, the Holy Father has declared this the year of St. Joseph. It's a very special year. And you can go to the Catholic Gentleman website, catholicgentleman.com, and download a free St. Joseph poster that you can print off and hang on your wall.
That's right. Another thing that we've improved or advanced is the Patreon tiers. So, we are so incredibly thankful for our supporters, previous supporters and current supporters, and obviously future supporters. We're praying for all of you. We pray for you consistently. We're so thankful for that. But we went ahead and we reimagined the Patreon as well. So within the Patreon, we're going to have different tiers with different gifts. We're also working to have an ongoing support for our Patreon donors. So quarterly you receive this, something unique, something special, something to really make you a full part of the Gentleman's Society. So look for that as well.
All right. Our hope really is for Catholic gentlemen all over the world to be able to connect with each other, find each other, learn from each other, and ultimately to grow in holiness. Because let's face it, there's a lot of temptations and pressures from our culture that want to distract us from living a fully Catholic life. And we need each other's support. We need to be a band of brothers that is encouraging one another on the road to holiness. So as we move forward, all of these things that we're working on, we want them to be encouraging you in your faith and connecting you to other Catholic men throughout the world. And we really are excited about these things, and we think that you'll love them.
Yeah, agreed. So this hopefully is just the beginning. We have a lot of desires and a lot of thoughts to find ways of unifying Catholic gentlemen throughout the world, ways that you guys can become connected. I know that our private Facebook group is incredibly successful and diverse and engaging with just dozens and dozens of posts every day from gentlemen like yourself looking for help, looking for guidance, looking for spiritual support, or just wanting to share deep thoughts within the Catholic faith or other things related to masculinity. So we are so grateful for your time. We are so grateful that you spent the time to look at us and listen to us right now, wherever you're at. And so without much further ado, I encourage you to go to thecatholicgentleman.com, check out some of these changes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and attention, gentlemen. And remember, be a man, be a saint. Thanks for watching.